Pour some goat's milk on it. That's funny. I'll just do that.
You're gonna pour goat milk on it?
Yeah. Why not? Wouldn't you?
I guess.
Yes, yes, very pretty. Our friends are dying to a dragon right now. But they're just gonna have to wait.
You were probably meant to find this earlier.
Face is scrunched up. That's just her face.
That's just my face.
I thought her thighs were scrunched up in those stockings. Special kind of tree.
With paint? Why are they talking about paint? I can't read this fast. Why won't you slow down?
Whee! Hopefully I can take you.
I'm sure you can.
Well, I needed the hammer to come here, so it can't be that early of an area. She's not moving, so she must be a mini-boss.
No, but we were supposed to make the hammer way earlier than we have now.
Okay, she looks pretty tough.
Well, we're gonna escape.
I gotta try, at least.
Throw a bomb. That's my strategy. Throw bombs at everything.
Throw a bomb. That dealt a decent amount of damage. Now I need to deal ice damage to do my action, my order, or whatever you call it.
You have ice?
I have ice bombs.
That is true.
It resists ice damage, though.
Well, it broke. We need to figure out what triggers break, because
yeah, we do.
That's what's important here.
And bam. Alright.
Yep.
Wow,
You're
it barely
fine.
even touched us. I can't tell what's supposed to be hard and what's supposed to be easy.
Well, I really think it's just all learning curve. Like, we just need to learn what we need to be doing for each enemy, including bosses.
Found a giant weasel.
Yeah, I remember that thing. You can probably just kill it.
I should be able to handle this now.
Yeah, it was. I saw it in the very beginning of the game.
Crunch. Very satisfying. Alright. Now I'm angry. I have spent so much time in the lab creating level 29 helioproxes with sun lamp XLs and level 30 border scales. And, I mean, you can just look at my stats. I'm not using Tao. I don't care about him right now. And see that I have gone above and beyond the call of duty in preparation for this dragon.
Except for lens armor.
Yeah, well, I can't do everything.
Okay.
So, I've looked up guides on how to beat this thing, and my stats are way higher than everyone else's that are beating this thing, even on hard mode, and I'm only on normal. So, if I can't beat this thing now, there's something wrong.
We are dumb.
We are not cut out to be alchemists if we can't do this. Also, another strategy I'm going to try and do is not break him early. I'm basically going to try and literally wait for him to do his incinerate thing before I try and go all out on him.
I mean, use some spells.
Well, yeah, I need to use some, but... And I need to use some grass beans to keep myself alive. In fact, I'll probably just stay as Claudia for the first little bit. I'll let Ryza and Lent just do some stuff. Slowly build up my tactic gauge, because I really want that as high as I can get it. More grass beans! Lent's gonna be fat off eating all them green beans. Some grenbens.
The grass beans reminds me of that. I don't know what it's called, but that like green stuff they ate as a snack in Rocco's Modern Life. I know you didn't.
Yeah, I wish I knew what that was.
I think it was that called kelp something. I think it started with a K. Puffies, something.
All right, here we go. All right, quick action. Let me swap here and do some heavy stuff. Quick action. Shining, no, summoning star, because that bumps him back on the thing.
Alright. Now that should bump him back as well. Yeah, that'll bump him back. Okay, that activates her thingy. And then it goes back.
Quick action, let's do it again.
Come on, break. Break.
No, he's almost down.
Break. Break.
Oh, did he break? Oh, if my orders go off before his attack does, I think it might break him.
Critical break.
Critical break. Oh, thank God.
Okay, you did it.
Alright, I think I'm in the clear now.
Okay, just kill him.
Quick action.
Murder.
I'm going to use off this new Norden brand I created. That should deal a lot.
That did quite a bit, yes.
And he's weak to Summoning Star. You stay down.
Down.
Holy crap.
Die, you stinky little wyvern, fake dragon.
Oh, man.
That took like 2 hours of
Yeah,
grinding.
that took like almost 3 hours of grinding to create all the items that I needed for that
Well,
fight.
you did get sidetracked making scythe hammers and
Well,
fishing
that was just
bugnets.
the stuff I made along the way. We did
You
it.
won.
We really won. And I have a broken arm. Is this worse than a beating from your dad, though, Lent?
I think I prefer the wyvern.
His twitchy key.
Why are his keys
His
like
twitchy
that?
key. They're always
Oh
twitchy.
no, that ankle makes that look bad.
It does make it look bad. Hey, yo, boss.
Don't touch me.
We kicked that thing's butt again.
Why is he here? I didn't even see him.
Yeah, he just showed up.
This is the worst possible thing, being saved by poor people.
I know. Well, Claudia's not poor.
She's just as bad for being friends with poor people.
Some of the others are suffering from severe burns. Good thing we have ointments.
Oh boy.
Is there anything alchemy
some
can't
unicorn
do?
piss. I can make enough ointment for everyone.
We're lucky nobody died.
Whoa. You're gonna tell me not one person was eaten?
Yeah, not one person died from that.
I refuse to believe that wyvern was even taking anyone seriously then.
I wish I knew how to do that. Okay, I'm glad I'm getting a lot of comet
Well,
stones here because...
It would be helpful if anytime you had a question about this game, like anyone had an answer, or if they do give an answer, it isn't just lol, why don't you just stop being stupid and learn how to read?
Rare drop.
I will say, I do appreciate that the game, since it's an alchemy game, it focuses more on your equipment than your level.
Yeah. So, normally when it comes to RPGs, yeah, I really don't like when numbers, herder, my number's bigger than the boss number, so I win. But here, there's actual context for it, and there's still strategy in the fight, too. Like, you can have bigger numbers and still lose if you're not playing the fight right.
Right.
But yeah, here they actually put good context into what the numbers represent. Because, yeah, the beauty of being an alchemist isn't that you're the world's greatest fighter or whatever. It means that you are smart enough to come properly prepared. And you've spent time, money, and resources creating great items.
Probably do that.
We probably should, I guess. Alright, we gotta go to Trep Hill.
Wet Hill.
Makes me think of Principal Krupp from Captain Underpants.
Why?
Trep, Krupp, I don't know. It just sounded the same in my head.
Got dumb brain. Goes to dumb conclusions.
I know how to synthesize a Grimstone, though.
Wow.
But I don't know how to...
Agatha! I got some boo-boo.
Quit complaining.
Don't touch my boo-boo.
Meaner by the day, Claudia.
I know, she's been hanging around these
Just
clients
poking
too
a
long.
little fun at a friend who can't seem to admit his true feelings. Come on, I'm just glad nobody died, and the dragon's all taken care of.
Well, like I said, friendship is the pass you need to lightly poke fun and bully people.
That's
Make
true.
fun of them.
Everyone needs to bully someone, so you
It
should
builds
bully your
character.
friends, because then you know it's just for fun.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't think a rich person has ever ran like that
In their life.
in their whole life.
I don't think a rich person has ever ran.
I don't even think a rich person would hire someone to run like that. Like, even hiring someone to run like that would be beneath them. They're going to need our help. Oh, man.
Oh, I feel very lucky right now. I feel very special.
But before he tells us any information, we have to tell him our information. What is he, Lloyd?
What?
Asking for names?
I thought we gave him information. I mean, we beat the thing up. Isn't that big enough?
Clint Kingdom was fighting those monsters, and not other nations. In fact, the entire region was the site of one giant battle between them and the Felucia. I still wish I knew what a Felucia was.
So I guess it's a race, or a kingdom of people? Or a nation?
Okay, good. He's about to explain the Felucia. They are a calamity from another world which brought ruin to the Clint Kingdom.
Oh. They're the darkness.
Well, they were a major factor in its decline. They come from a land known as the Underworld.
Okay, you see, we got it. We got the darkness, and we got the secret hideout. Now the title's complete.
Okay, they're kind of like demons from Doom, it seems.
Oh, wow.
Humans built portals to go to this place, to mine it for resources. And yeah, they came through and are all like, yeah, no, let's just kill you.
I don't know why they thought that was a good idea. I hope this wasn't caused by alchemy.
They covered up the existence of the gate so that no one else would make the same mistake.
Well, that didn't work.
They have a strong aversion to water. The only reason they came to an end was due to the season. Oh yeah, and they've talked about a drought supposed to be coming soon.
Oh dear.
Oh yes, JPEG. We found that in the dungeon.
Is that what books look like now?
No, this is the JPEG we found in the dungeon.
Oh, that is true.
Just gonna throw it in our oven, cook it. Apparently it's edible.
Oh.
Ooh, purple.
Purple.
Thyza, you do have your hazmat suit, correct? There is tons of radiation from this.
I don't know what a hazmat suit is. But don't worry, I still got my brains.
Well, if you keep those brains in those thighs, I'm sure I'll be protected enough.
Yeah, they're right here.
It's like a soft spot. You just like poke her thigh and she like starts drooling or something.
She can't sit wrong or left eye twitches.
She crosses her legs, her eyes go cross-eyed or something. I wish I knew what Ryza was saying, but I don't speak Rice.
Why are you addicted to this screen?
Well, to be fair, I'm not really addicted to it. I kind of want it to be over, but I need to...
You admit you like it.
I mean, I like the idea of it. It does remind me of the sphere grid from 10, which a lot of people make comparisons to. And yeah, I did like the sphere grid in 10. I don't think it was implemented very well in that game because it was still a glorified linear path. But the idea of the sphere grid is something I enjoy, and I think this game does.
You could totally make every character learn black magic if you wanted to.
Yeah, that's dumb. What's the point of having different characters if they can all just be built the same way? Like, that was my problem with, what's it called, Bravely Default?
Bravely Default,
Every character, gameplay-wise, was a blank slate. They were all more or less equally effective at being a warrior.
Isn't that what old Final Fantasy games did as well?
Yeah, it's true. But it's like, your characters really lose a lot of personality when you do crap like that. You can use a break.
Time for a break.
Excuse me. No, it is not time for a break, Thyza.
She just...
Apparently the game's like, no, you've been synthing too much.
She just flew, glided off the screen. She just glided right on down like she was on an elevator. Hey, garden.
Yay.
We're Harvest Moon now.
Ryza, you know how much I hate gardening, right? She says she actually does farming every single day, so I guess she does help out her family now?
They just think she doesn't help enough?
Maybe. Or maybe she did start. Yeah, it's not conveyed very well, unfortunately.
I've not played Stardew Valley, mostly because I looked at it and went, oh, it's 2D Harvest Moon. I have 2D Harvest Moon already exists. I don't need this.
I don't need it.
I don't know. It didn't look special to me. It didn't look different from Harvest Moon. I don't know if it is. And I hate the sprite work. Like, all of it. Just all of it. All the people look awful. Whether it's the in-game sprites that walk around or the portrait sprites. I do not like any of them.
Yeah, sprite art is one of those things that I feel like is a really lost art. I still really miss games that have good sprite art.
I used to be really harsh about pixel art. I did not like pixel art or give it a chance, really, until Owlboy came out. And Owlboy is still my favorite pixel art game. It's gorgeous.
Yeah, Owlboy looks really great. That new game that we started playing, the game itself isn't new, but we started playing it, so it's new to us. Crosscode.
Crosscode, yeah.
Its art is really good. Yeah, Blasphemous looks amazing.
Blasphemous looks fantastic. And that isn't to say, like, I don't like any pixel art from 8-bit. Well, okay, maybe 8-bit's a stretch. 16-bit eras. Once I liked Owlboy's art style, I definitely grew to have an appreciation for pixel art, finally. I still don't like how a lot of 8-bit games look. I understand why they look that way. They were very limited. But I don't really start liking most pixel art until the 8-bit era. I mean, 16-bit era.
16-bit era.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really hope people start bringing it back. Like, I was really sad when I saw, was it Disgaea 6?
Yeah.
How it's all 3D models now instead.
I don't think they look bad, but I do think
No, they don't look bad for 3D models, but I really like the way Disgaea looked with its sprite art.
I love the pixel art in Disgaea. It looks great. I really wish they had just stuck with it. Yeah.
Another example, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. I like Super Mystery Dungeon as a game, and the 3D models of the Pokemon look good. But I miss the sprite work from Red Rescue Team and Explorers of Sky.
I like the sprites of the Pokemon themselves, but I can't say that I like the pixel
background
art
and stuff.
or any of the backgrounds. However, I will admit, I do not like roguelites. I just don't. I do not have fun with Mystery Dungeon because of what it is. I just can't. I'm sorry. And the reason is, I'm getting to it, I'm sorry. The backgrounds are bland and boring, and I can't stand it. They are just square rooms that randomly have a narrow bridge of land into another square room. And it's so annoying to me. I enjoy a well-crafted, handmade level in a game. That's what I crave. I care about that a lot. It is very hard for me to accept generic, procedurally generated, made by an AI dungeon. So I can't really appreciate any sprite work in Mystery Dungeon, because outside of one town and Pokemon sprites, there is no actual artwork. It is all just procedurally generated.
Yeah. Roguelikes are something that I tend to have strong feelings on. Although, I'm sure you all have probably guessed by now, I tend to have strong opinions on gaming in general. But yeah, roguelikes is one of those genres where it can be done really well.
And it can.
And it's a tool that a developer has up their sleeve.
Well, you see, like, it's a tool, like you said. It's not, oh, let me just make it procedurally generated and then I'm done.
Yeah, and I feel like a lot of roguelike games fall into the trap of, oh, well, I'm going to make a roguelike game. And so that's all that they make with it. They rely completely on the random dungeon generation, and there's no passion or charm put into it. It's completely made by an AI, and it's like there's no game design there.
It's also not just the handcrafted level, it's also, I don't see the point in playing most of those games, because it's all about make it as far as you can until you die. and then you just start all over. I know there are games that like have story progression or improve upon that, so you're not starting all the way back from the beginning and there is like a story end, but I rarely see those. It's mostly just, I'm just gonna see how good I can do until I just can't do it anymore.
Yeah, until I just die.
And then I lose all of my loot, and I have to start from scratch all over again.
Mm-hmm.
And I do understand the appeal, because sometimes people want a game that they can just put on, and they can always go back to it. And it's never boring, technically, and repeats itself. And because it's always a new dungeon. And I do get the appeal, I'm just saying it's very hard for me to get into that type of game. And it's the only genre I can really say that about. Most other genres, except maybe walking sims, as long as it seems interesting to me, I can get behind it. Like, it's strategy, turn-based, action-based, first-person, JRPG, Western RPG. I can get into pretty much any genre, especially if I just think the game looks really interesting. But roguelikes are the one genre where I'm just like, there's a 90% chance this is not going to be able to draw me in.
Yeah. The only roguelike games I can think of that I really like is, I do like Mystery Dungeon, and that's probably mostly due to nostalgia and the fact that it's tied to Pokemon, because from a purely gameplay perspective, it is pretty boring. And then there's an indie game called Wizard of Legend that I really enjoyed. I shouldn't like it based on my tastes. It is just straight up a roguelike where you lose all your progress if you die and all that stuff. But the gameplay itself was just really good, and that's why I enjoy it. It's like you said, it's one of those games where if I just feel like playing something and I don't really care about story or anything like that, you know, just something to pass the time, Wizard of Legend is one of those fun games that I enjoy. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so like another roguelike game that we picked up recently is, what's it, One Step from Eden? It has like the battle system of Mega Man Battle Network.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, is one of my favorite battle systems from any video game ever. I absolutely love Battle Network. But instead of it being a story-based RPG, they made it a roguelike. And I have tried playing it for a few hours, and I just can't make any progress in it because I'm not good at roguelikes, and I don't like the format for it. It works for its game. Like, I'm not saying it's a bad game because it's a roguelike, but I'm just saying I don't like it because it's a roguelike.
I did play one roguelike recently that I really enjoyed. It was the demo for Dave the Diver. If anyone knows that game, it doesn't seem to be very well known. It had Steam during their Summerfest when they were releasing all those demos. It was released then. I think you can still download the demo, so I would really recommend it. It is a roguelike. You're a diver, you go into the ocean, it's different every time, and you find new stuff. But here's the difference. Not only do you bring your loot back, and you can keep it and craft with it, and make better stuff, so that way when you go back in the water, you have that gear, and it stays with you. There's a story, and not only do I really like the story, but there's also more than just the diving. During the day, you run a sushi bar, and during the night, you dive during the day. During the night, you run a sushi bar, and it's all really fun and interesting, and I like the roguelike bits actually because it gives me more stuff. You dive mostly to get fish that you can sell in your restaurant, and you want to get high quality fish, you want to get stuff that you can use to craft better gear, and it's all really good, and you keep it, and that's what I like. I'm sorry, I'm rambling, but that's the difference, is I get to keep it, it enhances the other gameplay that's already there as well, and it makes sense that when you go back into the ocean's so large and so huge, you're going to find new stuff, and locations every time you go back in.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when you can start diving deeper because you have more oxygen levels.
Yeah. Another game that I would like to play that is roguelike is Darkest Dungeon. I believe we own it, and I think we even have all of the like DLC or whatever for it.
We just haven't found time to
Yeah, we
play
just
it
haven't
yet.
found time to actually get around to playing it.
We make lists of games to play and record, and we kind of do it in order.
Yeah, and we like to try and record all the games we play nowadays just because it gives us more content to be able to just put out there.
And we don't know if we're going to review it later or something.
Yeah, and it's, again, our time is so split because not only do we do the games and stuff, but we also try to make our own games in our other bit of free time. Mm-hmm. So it's really hard to balance everything that we want to do.
Oh, look, story.
Yeah, there's been actual story happening.
Okay, Ryza is sad.
Basically, we made powerful fish bait because the fish disappeared again.
I cannot believe that's part of the story.
Yeah,
We
and
made fish bait.
it didn't work. So people are now doubting us as an alchemist, even though we already proved ourselves by beating a dragon, and everyone knows that we beat the dragon.
And you also made everybody's legs healed and helped with amnesia, or at least tried to, and gave people bait so that they could write articles on it.
Mm-hmm. And Empel is trying to stick up for us by telling these people, hey, look, things are about to get bad here, and no one wants to listen to him because he's an outsider.
And he's an alchemist.
Yeah, one, they don't know what alchemy is, and two, yeah, he's an outsider. Again, we've been seeing more and more of how stuffy this village is, and about how all the adults
This village
don't want
is
to.
really not pleasant.
Yeah, all the adults are just so stuck in their traditional ways. Like, all the kid characters we've been running into want to do something different with their lives, and they have to keep hiding it from their parents because their parents won't let them.
And
their parents grew up as farmers, so they have to be farmers.
It's just little stuff, like different jobs. It's not even like big, religious, challenging stuff. It's weird.
We need tonics. I have tonics. I can give this to you. Take my tonic.
That looks like poison.
It does.
Or cough syrup. Well, it is called a tonic.
It does kind of look like diluted Kool-Aid. Dude, I'll tell you what though, if you freeze Kool-Aid and ice pops, those are pretty good.
Whoa, I never thought of that.
Yeah.
Did you have those little plastic bottles of Kool-Aid where you twist the top off?
Yeah, the Kool-Aid, not Kool-Aid jammers. I don't think that's what they were called. The Kool-Aid jammers were like the Capri Sun knockoffs. But yeah, they were like in the plastic bottles, and it was like a U-shaped...
Kool-Aid Man on them, and they had that weird twisty top.
Yeah, it had like a U-shaped top on it.
Yeah, you had to break it off, and then you just had a tiny little hole to drink out of.
Yeah, I used to play with the tops to those things. They looked like little spaceships.
Yeah, I played with them too. They looked funny. And it was always hard to get the last couple sips out because of the suction in the tiny hole.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt sick every single time I drank one of those. But I never noticed as a kid until I got old enough.
Yeah, it's like one of those things where you think back on it and you're all like, oh yeah, actually that didn't feel very good at all, did it?
They also burned my mouth.
Yeah, they were like so sugary. Actually, I don't even think it was really the sugar. It was probably like the artificial dyes in it.
It was probably the dye or something artificial. Do you find that looking back a lot of childhood snacks and drinks did that to you?
Yeah, the Scooby-Doo gummies.
Yeah. And
I love those things. Those things tasted great, but yeah, they did make me feel weird every time I ate them.
Fruit Gushers made me feel sick every time I ate them.
Gushers, fruit roll-ups, any of that stuff.
Fruit roll-ups, I don't remember those making me feel sick. But, what was the sheet? The fruit roll-up sheet.
Yeah,
that
the roll-ups.
Not fruit by the foot.
Yeah, fruit by the foot was fine.
Yeah, fruit by the
roll-ups were...
The roll-ups made me feel sick.
This is also the weird pacing too. So, you see how I'm kind of just blazing through the story cutscenes? It's mostly go to the atelier, wait a day, go to the atelier, wait a day. I think they intend that I'm supposed to be spending this time just grinding and going out and doing
in
stuff
between
then.
stuff. But we kind of pile it all on at the end of the story.
That doesn't really work. There's nothing going on in the story, so just get all the cutscenes out the way and then let me play the game.
Oh, it looks like a perfume bottle.
Yeah.
Mmm. Stinky perfume.
Sniff,
That'll
sniff.
attract those monsters.
Those monsters know a waifu when they see one.
Ignore her.
Ignore her.
Okay. What do you need this for? Insurance.
Maybe monster repellent, but I don't see how a monster attractor would be insurance.
It's kind of gonna just make the problem worse, isn't it?
Unless we're like trying to lure it into a trap. Yeah, what is it? I think canonically they're like 14 or something.
14?
Ryza is like 14.
14?
What the heck?
I thought 16.
That goat's over there.
It's the one that stamped its hoof on the paper.
This place is crawling with monsters. How the heck is he still here?
Ah. You know it doesn't eat every time you run into it, right?
Hoof print right in the middle of the paper, just like last time.
Oh, now we didn't have to give him the paper, though.
It's true.
We're gonna get some kind of magic goat herding ability, and it's gonna be like the greatest weapon in the game or something.
It just might. Somehow Ryza has been broken. It's hard to break her spirit. Ooh, I have a Eclipse Javelin skill. I wonder if that's because I'm just a high enough level or something.
Probably. Ooh, I like it.
Wow, that does
cool.
a ton of damage.
Yeah, that looked good.
So, Thyza for Smash, right?
I actually would have liked that.
So, now apparently there's a rumor spreading around town.
You know what? You're the one who completely left and probably didn't even say what you were really doing and just ran off.
Friends to the rescue before a big fight erupts.
Yay! You've borrowed her for weeks!
Mom said that Imple's not a good person, because that's what the rumors around town are saying. Hey lady, have you met your Prince Charming yet?
I highly doubt it. She's just been standing here.
I need to learn the recipe for war powder first. Why do I need war powder?
What do you need war powder for to attract a Prince Charming?
Yeah, that doesn't sound nice.
No, come on. After all, don't you remember when I wooed you over by giving you some war powder?
Yeah, and then we went into battle together.
Yeah, and
we didn't sleep for like, what, 3 days?
Yeah, and we fought a giant wyvern.
Mm-hmm.
And then we beat them and went, Yatta!
And then we gained like 200 experience. I was upset because I didn't quite get a level off of it.
We're running, we're going, we're intruding upon rich people's houses.
Gotta put an end to all this. Who's that yelling at me in my own home? Oh, it's you.
It's got a point. I wouldn't like it if somebody just ran up to my house and started screaming at me. Time to waste here. You have time to deliver this document. We have time to be errand boys for everybody, everywhere, all the time.
Oh no. They're going to kick Imple and Lila out of town.
Well, that's okay. They can just live in the hideout.
Safety first.
So, if I have it right, Lila is not an alchemist, right? Is she?
Yeah, actually I don't think she is. I think she's basically just a warrior like Lent.
Yeah,
I think she uses the items that Imple makes, like throwing bombs and stuff, but she's not an alchemist herself.
More like a bodyguard.
Back and forth, back and forth. I'm really surprised Thyza still has that booty when she's been doing all this walking.
See, it's pure muscle now.
Like she's been burning so many calories.
You see, it's pure muscle now.
They've been crawling all over our village and its ruins. They violate every taboo we adhere to.
What are taboos?
They've been talking about no one in the village can go to these areas or explore these ruins because it's like dangerous or whatever.
Okay, but that's not taboo. That's just dangerous and they don't want to die.
They're losing their political power. If these alchemists can do everything for the town, they're not going to need them anymore.
They might be able to supply water to people.
A giant monster just attacked the port. I've never seen anything like it. Well, time for you to put your alchemy to use. You know, I could use this as a chance to defend my honor by, you know, protecting the town. Is it big boss time? Bum ba da bum bum bum. Alright, let's see if this boss gives me as much trouble as the dragon did. I feel like I know what I'm doing now, at least.
You got really
it's a
good
mega
weapons.
mouth. Yeah, it's like literally the same thing that I fought before. Although this one does seem to hit a bit harder than that mini boss.
Okay, try not to break it until it does the thing that needs to be broken, because that seemed to help.
Yeah. Definitely gotta keep shoving some Grenbens down Ryza's throat, though, because...
Ryza has something on her.
Holy moly, she keeps... What is going on?
It's probably whatever's under her feet. It's draining.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Every time I
her.
healed her, it's...
Oh, it's probably... Dang, I don't know how to explain it, but what's that thing where you...
Yeah, it's like zombie and Final Fantasy or something.
Okay, now break it.
Alright, let's see. Quick action. Just summoning star, because that slows it down. I gotta break this thing quick.
Okay. Now you get the order skills. Okay, it's pushed really far back. Okay, use that one. That'll probably do something.
Did it die? Holy crap, it just died.
Alright!
See, like, I can't tell when a fight is about to go really bad or really good. It's like either the boss is about to beat me down, or it just kind of just evaporates. It's like the NPCs, they just vanish.
Right into thin air.
I can't get over how big her boobs are. Like, how does she really fight with those things?
She's gonna tip forward one day.
We've earned the right to be treated as full-fledged adults. I mean, in terms of combat, sure, but you haven't mentally proven you're an adult yet.
No, you're not. You mentally are not adults yet, and you won't be until you grow into that.
I mean, Lent's own dad has kind of proven that.
Kind of. An odor that attracts sea-based monsters.
Lieza attracted it here. We wanted it just in time. So yeah, she literally set up that a monster would attack right during this, so that they could prove that they're trying to defend.
Isn't she smart?
Ryza and Stout here. I have returned from battle.
Ooh.
And what of the beast? It has been bested by our blade.
You just gotta trust me, bro. I don't have any evidence.
All thanks to the power of alchemy! Woo!
Well, they were easily swayed, weren't they? Oh, taking a dragon down wasn't enough, but now that we took down a shark, too, now you believe us.
I discovered that Bose has been using Lumbar to spread these rumors. Did you really convene the assembly based on such lies?
Who heard that? Like, somebody knew the rumors were fake then and they just didn't say anything?
Agatha, the Guardian.
Oh.
The town guard.
Why didn't she say anything earlier?
Because they wouldn't have believed her if it was just her.
Assembly did turn out fine.
Kind of.
You've been doing this for like a few weeks at most.
A few weeks? I don't know. I feel like a couple months have passed.
Okay, maybe a couple months. Still, I feel like alchemy is something that takes years to get amazing at.
Wow, an even more powerful book.
Oh boy, we got this at the Book of Storms.
I hope so. When
I've
create a
been waiting
medicine.
for the Book of Storms. Champion's Trials, that was it.
Lightning Bell Restoration Bottle. Energianica? That sounds like something from Final Fantasy. I made it this far into the formula, and I don't have any yellow supplements.
Why?
Well, time to make some.
Oh, we're never going to make progress.
No, we're not.
You're addicted to the screen.